The major story we have to discuss on today's edition of this program cannot be found on these dailies, but that will not stop us from running today's program. Of course, the planned strike slated for 28th of September has been suspended. This happened around 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. But Nigerians are saying no to this unwanted development. That's what Nigerians are saying. But let's quickly run through these stories on the front pages of this journal. We have the New Telegraph and Daily Sun. We still have other journals here, but let's quickly dish out some vital information. Quickly to the no going back on Biafra. Odua Nation says Ohaneze. Quickly, that's no going back on Biafra. Odua Nation says Ohaneze. October 1st is at home. Irreversible says IPOB. Igbo group vows to mobilize against herdsmen's invasion. We have a story down the paper. Nigeria at 60. We have cracks that may break us, says Oshibaju. We have cracks that may break us, says the Vice President Yemi Oshibaju. I will consolidate on first-time achievement, says Baseki. We have the Big Brother Niger winner. Legon winning Big Brother Season 5 to coast home with 85 million naira. Legon wins Big Brother Season 5 to coast home with 85 million naira. Let's see what we have here. The major headline on the front page of this same journal. We have fuel price, electricity tariff hike. Labour DS federal government begins strike today, but we are not experiencing this today in Nigeria. I told you earlier on that some of these publications didn't pick it. I think this is due to the fact that they made their publications before NLC and the federal government reached an agreement to short airspace, both banks, others. These are irrelevant stories right here at the newsstand because the deed has been done. Quickly to the New Telegraph, we have Labour adamant begins strike. We are not experiencing anyone, but the Joint Action Front, that's the JAF, it will be embarking on its own strike today. But Amila fails to persuade NLC TUC. We're not going to be talking about these stories because they are old stories. Let's quickly join our reviewers from our talks. I'll be right back.
Ijesha Land Foundation for Entrepreneurial and Leadership Development presents 3rd Dr. Lawrence Omole Annual Lecture Series. Theme: Entrepreneurship as a Tool for Community and National Development. Guest speaker: former Finance Minister Olusegun Aganga, Chairman Marina Express Train Services. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this year's edition will take place via Zoom on Saturday, October 10, 2020. Time 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. The 3rd Dr. Lawrence Omole Annual Lecture is dedicated to the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor E.A. Adeboye Obokunagbewarun. Announcer: Tony Barola, Chairman Planning Committee, Ijesha Land Foundation for Entrepreneurial and Leadership Development.
Thank you very much. Number one, I will have to start. Good morning, viewers. I have to start from the media. Media, you let us down. This is a media organization that went asleep. When the negotiation was going on, nobody could even stay awake to witness the negotiation. Now they are coming out with fake news all around. The NSC, even I saw some today, that the NSC, is still embarking on the strike, not knowing that they've come to an agreement, party agreement. Now back to the labor. We've started having labor since the years of Sumonu, Pascal, Abafiao. We remember how strong labor was then. But all this labor we keep having now, they are chop and chop labor. And it's a shame for Nigerians, ignorance of most Nigerians now today. They are being carried out. They are being carried over by PDP, APC. This one better. They gave me rice. I asked them, is it rice that is your problem in this life? Look at what I'm carrying now. This is a jerry can. There's no light for the past. They can't fix 24 hours light in this country. And some people are collecting money. Some people are collecting money on refinery to fix refinery. We still keep buying fuel prices hiking up. Now, the punishment shouldn't be on the masses. The punishment should be go and hold those people you've been giving money for turnaround maintenance. I keep saying this. Why is this country so, evil, man? This is an evil country I've ever seen in my life. You carry the burden of the rich to the poor, onto the poor to pay. This is a very mad thing. And to the ignorance of this so-called Nigerians, they call themselves Nigerians, but they look at what is happening all over the world. They want to belong, but they don't have the sense of belonging. Nigerians don't have sense of belonging. To fight the right, to put an end to all this suffering. You just keep managing, suffering and smiling, as that fella would say. You suffer, you smile. You smile, you suffer. It's enough to, and I still blame majority of my guys here. They keep saying PDP, APC, PDP, better, APC, PDP. They are a bunch of prostitute politicians. They are all a bunch of they don't even have, they are not ideology politicians. They cannot lead you anywhere. They cannot lead you anywhere. We try Jonathan government. Jonathan had good intention, but the cabal under him misled him. Now I went against Jonathan. Now this one again, I could see now there are forces behind. There are evil forces behind in this country. I have to flush them out. You have to flush them out. For God's sake, is it my father that is collecting turnaround maintenance from government? They could not fix oil, refineries. They could not fix. Until now, we are still importing fuel, for God's sake. Where is that money? Where is the money going to? The money you are paying for turnaround maintenance.
Now that NLC has made a reverse from embarking on this protest or strike, what is the hope of the common man?
The common man has to fight for himself. Who are the common men? Look at them. They are the ones walking on the street all around, aimlessly. They don't even know where the future is going to come. Some are going to office now to get a sack letter or reduction in salary. But they don't think that this country belongs to them, not the people in those Aso Rock that cage themselves in Aso Rock there, not the people that cage themselves in government houses. It's a comfort. One thing is, you think Nigeria is civilized. We dress like a civilized person, but we don't think like a civilized people because we allow this mess to carry on for long till this moment because of tri-party sentiments. APDC, PDP, APC. It's not all about the party. The party is just symbol, it's just logo. The people running the parties are the bad people around. Both APC, both PDP. And I still keep telling them, you guys that keep saying rice, how much is the bag of rice? Rice, is it rice you came to eat in this life? When they give you rice and they deduct it from the price of the fuel you are buying, they deduct it from the blackout they are giving you for a whole year. You know how much is your salary? Let me even ask Nigerians. How much do they pay you? When you get home, money that you're supposed to use to fend for other needs, you now carry your jerry can, you go to filling station, you think you're a big man. On wasteful resources, you are wasting your resources. Because how do you account for you buying for the light that you support and you be paying exorbitant bill? You still be buying for. You pay bill for blackouts. You pay for blackouts. I don't understand this country. I don't understand the thinking of these people around.
Good morning, Mr. Michael and my SO viewer. See, when you over English they keep saying, we cannot tell you lie. That they like that the best. If you remember my statement in last review here, I said that this Labour postponing having meeting, want to settle with the government. Okay, there is nothing like protest. Because if protest will come, is the second day when the fuel and the electricity tariff increase in this country. Everybody went back on a protest come. But I not believe that Nigeria have expired. This country is not existing again. It have expired because we have a labor that are not in a country. I know that other countries that they have labor, the government don't maltreat them. But the reason why our mad leaders madmen in Aso Rock are maltreating us is because of we don't have who to fight for us, and our youth are not serious. The youth of Nigeria are not serious. No wonder Buhari called them Nigeria youth are lazy. They are not serious in any way. If the labor cannot protest, where are the youth? Will the youth not rise up to fight for what they need? Will the youth just sit down and keep quiet and allow the country to swim into congratulations for Duduwa, congratulations to Biafra, because this is a welcome development, because we now know that we don't have anybody that will fight for this nation, because we will not be in a nation that tribalism, wickedness, evil of our leader will people come out under sun to vote and put them in power. The same people are tormenting them as a devil. Okay, they are wicked men. See, I want to tell the whole world, let them know that Nigeria we are is not existing. It's only existing for the people in Aso Rock. If you are not in government, you are on your own. Nothing to write home about. What is the achievement? Is it to buy fuel? How much is fuel? Okay, now we are asking what is the agreement between the labor and the government? The same labor that the federal government convinced during the election time, they convinced them to pay them 30,000 minimum wage, and while one senator receiving 13 million, they promised only 30,000. They confused them and turned their brain, and until today no state is paying 30,000 naira, and the same labor are negotiating with the government. Which government are they negotiating with? Is it not foolishness? Is it not madness? And I said some people are still waiting for government and labor to negotiate. Negotiate what? What are they negotiating? They are negotiating to feed their family. They are negotiating to feed their people they know, not Nigeria. You understand? Not Nigeria. If Nigeria youth know what they want, let everybody go out in protest. Don't stop Ogbani Yahoo time will come will expire, because all our youth have turned to Yahoo fraudster. They don't want to fight for their future. They have turned to Agbolo everywhere. Okay, it's a time to rise. Is it what you want to keep for your future, for your children? A generation that we are practicing that don't know God, and you want God to fight for us? Look at all the youth we know in this country. No, okay, in the next 15 years, the youth of this country will never know God. They will never serve God, because now some people go to church because of their papa and mama to serve God. I'm not lying. I know what I'm saying. They serve God because of their mama and their papa forced them to go. And is it the generation we want to keep? Is it a generation that their father and their mother is keeping and nobody want to fight for the good of the nation? Okay? Let Nigeria divide.
Mr. Mike, what we are seeing this morning is unfortunate. And you see, you cannot see it on the page of the paper because almost all the media houses went to sleep while the negotiation was going on. Bible said that I think federal government used plethora of approach against labor. They use instrumentality of force, coercion, intimidation, and all of that. And at the end of the day, labor chickened out. And labor is a bunch of disappointment. Because you went into a negotiation. At the end of the day, you have nothing to show for what you have nothing to show for it. On the government part, government was able to secure the stay of PMS increase. And the tariff, they say they have been suspended, the increase is temporary, it's just for 2 weeks. And if you ask me, federal government have not lost anything in respect of that. Because if you say you are suspending the increase of tariff for 2 weeks, that 2 weeks have not made any difference. Because after that 2 weeks, we are still yet to see the end of the month. So if at the end of 2 weeks, federal government renew their stand on it, this code will still charge us based on the tariff increase. So for me, Labour have disappointed Nigerians, Labour have disappointed their followers, and they are a bunch of disappointment, and it's unfortunate. I think it should get to a level where Nigerian citizens should go out and protest on their own basis. because we can no longer continue relying on labor as long as we will do it within the ambit of the law, because labor cannot be relied upon. We cannot rely on labor the way it stands. I don't know what may have transpired. I do not speculate whether they may have compromised on the basis of monetary inducement, but from what I'm seeing, they are compromised.
On Friday, I was at a meeting with JAF, that's the Joint Action Front, as a coalition of Trade Union Congress, Labour Congress, there's the Nigerian Labour Congress and others. And they said something, they said if Labour fails to embark on this strike or shut down the economy just because of this increase in commodities, that they will continue this protest. Now, looking at this kind of issue or this kind of situation, what is the hope of Nigerians?
I think for the way it stands, there is no hope. There is no hope because you cannot rely on labor the way it stands. That's why I say, except Nigerians will take their destiny into their own hands and go on the street and protest. Because going by the tenets of the Constitution, as long as you are doing within the ambit of the law, you are in order. And the Constitution do not even say you should notify police before you embark on such protest, as long as it is peaceful. What I'm saying is, this government, I think, is a wicked government. This is the most insensitive government I've ever seen. Can you imagine, Mr. Mike, that there is a subsisting court judgment that stopped government from hiking the tariff? This government disobeyed. On one hand, they were accusing Labour that they should respect a court order that said they should stop the strike and protest and go back to court to vacate the order. This, on another hand, you are flagrantly disobeyed a succeeding court order. Are they not calling for anarchy? So tomorrow, if they not see citizens disobeying court order, they will take you to court for court contempt, and they will say you are disobeying court order. What I'm saying is, we are world over. Governments are looking for areas how they could cushion the effect of pandemic on their own citizens. Here we have a government that is bringing hardship upon hardship on the people. Now, can you imagine? Federal government has instructed or directed CBN from giving forests to anybody that's importing food-related items. That is why you can see that price of bread have increased. And at the same time, you are increasing the price. You are removing subsidy on PMS. At the same time, you are removing subsidy on electricity. So where is the hope of the common man? I don't know whether this government. Okay, I look at the weak argument of the government. They talk about modular refinery. They talk about okay. If you look at the areas, they say, because the Labour and government, they say they should set up a committee, and the committee, according to the government, is going to look at justification behind the increase of tariff. And the government is saying that they want to roll out palliative. They say in the area of transportation, in the area of agriculture. And I listened to Sibanjo the other day. He was talking about compressed natural gas. All this you have in place, you have intention of doing. Why don't you put it in place before removing all this subsidy? I think the government is misleading Nigerians, and it's a deceit.
You remember what I told you? How many days now I've been telling you that these people, they are nothing. Labour, protests, Nigeria, they are nothing. Who are the Nigerians? Nothing like Nigeria. What I know today is Oduduwa, Oduduwa Republic. What I know today is Biafra, Biafra's Republic. What I know today is Arewa Republic. Now Arewa have divided. Now Middle Belt is on its own. Arewa on their own. Nothing like Nigeria. Listen, that is why the protest failed, because Nigerian labor, there's something like Nigeria. How can labor be? Nigerian labor be?
Are you saying they've been compromised or what?
Then, if not compromise, what's the thing? Look, the people that have mouth to speak know that nothing like Nigeria. Know that Nigeria have failed. No, Nigeria have divided. Things fall apart. The center cannot hold anymore. And that's why the center cannot hold. Mark, let me tell you, things will never be as it was before. Nigeria have fall apart. So all this labor, what they're going to, we will demonstrate, we will go strike, is to go and collect their own share before the final announcement that there's no more Nigeria. Which they have succeeded. They have gone and collect their own part of cake. At least let me put this on for my pocket and my family. Whatever that happen, fine. That's what I'm telling you. APC, advanced poverty continuation, have helped the demons, satanic power that will hold Nigeria in bondage to succeed finally. To the extent, British that are saying advancing those animals, those catoriara, where a person who did not go primary school become a president, they are not professor, become vice. British themselves now are confessing that took Nigerian case now to Commonwealth. British Prime Minister who supported them during the Biafran war to commit genocide against innocent people of Biafra. Now the British government have turned around against them to show you that nothing like Nigeria have failed. There's nothing like labor. All of them are criminals. I've been telling you all this, that it will not work. Have you worked? Have you not been telling you that nothing like labor? There's no protest, there's no demonstration, there's nothing. I only believe in one thing now. On October 1st, on Odua, what? Protest. That's the only thing I'm believing now. Now, if you say Odua can protest, I will believe you. If you tell me now, say that Middle Belt can protest, I do what? I believe in you. Biafra on is not a story anymore.
Now that Labour has failed Nigerians, which other group or which other body do you think Nigerians can rely on? Of course, though we have the joint action front, but I don't think.
Forget them. All of them are the animals. All of them are cowards. All of them are. What adjective will I take to qualify those people that are making noise? They're noise makers. The only group I have been saying I believe now is Ariwa, Biafra, Oduduwa. That's the only group I believe that can handle the case. But to your test, all Israel.
Those ones are agitators.
But that's the only group I believe. No, who will come and talk for you? We only make noise here and go back home.
All right, thank you so much.
Right. So I believe now, back to your tent, all Israel. Let us see October 1st, where Oduwa Republic will stand. Oduwa come out, then we will know where Nigeria is, so-called Nigeria is going to. This is an animal, I don't know how to describe this country. It's a Babylon nation. And as far as Babylon fall, this Babylon system in Nigeria, this legal land,
I know you're upset.
Ruled by cattle and cows, have come to an end. I am telling you, I am the new Okokondem of Biafra.
With this new trend we are experiencing, with this unwanted development from NLC and the Trade Union Congress, would you say we have a failed NLC or what?
Nigeria Leprosy Congress, NLC. Because they're leprosy.
Nigeria leprosy.
Yes, now they are crippled. They are, because if they are not crippled, this issue of strike should have been what, effective on the first day.
You said
it should have been what, very, if you want to eat,
you'll be pointing at that.
if you want to eat the ground warning, it would have been effective on the first day, the day NEPA discourse increased their tariff, the day PMS was increased. It should have been active on the first day. If you want effective what, protest, eat the ground warning on the first day. The moment government announced it that okay, petrol pumpers shut down the economy, it would have been what, effective. Not you. You went to your bedroom, you relaxed. Government out to call you for what? For a dialogue. Look at, I listened to our, what's it called, NLC president. They were even accusing him of what, having
I think it's one of the, what they call, out of stakeholders, only one of the distribution countries in Nigeria. So how would that be effective if our NLC chairman own one of the discos in Nigeria? What kind of law, or how does he want to fight for, or how do you want to fight for us? Now look at it. Now you met with the government as a 3 year yesterday. Government are now telling you that, okay, young man, no, we can only reduce tariff, but for the fair price, no. It sounds so what absurd. It shows even the labor, they don't even know what they want. You don't know what they want. You went to federal government, you placed, okay, this is our what? This is our demand. Government only met with one, and then government are now saying that, okay, fine, we will suspend tariff for just 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, so and now 2 weeks is not even starting that, okay, fine. After that 2 weeks, they might still go back to this old price. Policy. You will still go back to the old price, and you're asking me, and you are telling me labor. Who is labor? Nigerian Labour Congress. They are all crippled here. You don't have labor. I've always told you that, Mr. Mike, if you have labor, first thing, even if it's just for 1 day, shuts down the economy. It shows you are serious on this agitation. You don't just go back to your home and sleep and start saying you want a round table discussion with you, government. Who are the government? Are they serious with us? Now, government are not telling you that, okay, fine, after these 2 weeks, we will not tell you the reason why we increase electricity tariff. Does that make sense to him? Bro, so does that make sense? Does that make sense to every common man? It sounds so baseless. Why would you tell us the reason why you increase tariff? We don't need to know that. Our own point is that, see, reverse the price. And then, sir, that is the same meeting. Labor want to go and sit after 2 weeks and listen to why government increase the price. Is that labor?
Now that things are like this, what do we do?
What do we do? What do we do? What do I do? It is what do I do now? My own now is October 1st. My own thing is let every Nigerians come out and take their destiny in their house, because labor has failed us. Even our leaders, they've all failed us. Every person, they have failed us. Now, you said something about Femi Falana. Femi Falana too. He's not a compromise man. He should just stay at where? Adeni Jones, collecting money. I know when government calls for him, he's a compromise man. So now, October 1st, let there be what? A massive protest. Now, it is not about what again? Tariff or the yes. Now, it is about bad governance. Let them live there. Let everybody, both if you are a senator, House of Rep, just be going to your house. We don't want them again. The rate at which bad governance, it is so paramount in this place.
And how do you think this October 1st rally or protest will shake the government?
It would because if everybody join the mass revolution, say no to governance, it will send a very good signal. It will not
believe that has no listening ears.
We are the government. Who voted for him? We are the government.
The presidency. People believe the presidency does not have listening ears.
The reason why the president will not have listening ears is because they sees our protest as what? As child's play. That was what Femi National said. Yes, you can see it. Femi National said he saw some hungry youth on the street. Yes, I don't blame him. But now, if he sees, if our economy is being shut down, nobody goes to work. Everybody trip out to Abuja, trip out, occupy Alausa, occupy local government houses. It will not be what? A child's play any longer.
No, I think it's going to take effect from tomorrow. And I can see some green leaves in front of vehicles, meaning something is happening somewhere else.
Though the Joint Action Front will be embarking on our own strike today. The Joint Action Front, that's JAF.
A group like that.
Yeah, a coalition of Trade Union Congress and NLC and other bodies. Now that this has been stopped, what or where lies the hope of the common man?
Wow, all I know is that, like, every man that has sense, or wisdom, Nigeria existed only in 1914. Then, 52 years later, Nigeria break up. That was when we got independence. If you separate 52 from 1914, you have 1960. That's 60. So, after independence, everybody would have gone their various ways. I didn't understand this. After independence, I don't see the reason why Britain
should neglect the fact that Nigeria is made up of over 400 different ethnicities, different language, culture, food, tradition, religion. Why shouldn't you, they would have done something earlier than this. So this is not working here. Federalism is not working here. Nothing is working here. The only thing that I believe that would have worked here is unitary system of government, which they practice over there in the UK. You have a central government that controls the regions. And the regions, they bring something like maybe tithes, you might term it, to pay, to understand, to the center. Then each region should, have access to their own natural resources. Big chunk, big part of it. So what I'm trying to say is that listen. What I'm trying to say is that it's not going to work. How someone would not like to protest because the NLC president, chairman or president is from the north. I think you understand. So that's why I started by explaining to you the problem, the major issue, the cause of this weak point or weakness on the side of NLC. Yoruba man, and even is Obasanjo or Femi, Yoruba man wouldn't like to go to protest. Igbo man, and even is Ojo Dokalo or Rocha, Igbo man wouldn't like to go on protest. So Michael, Nigeria system, it is, problem is interwoven. We have complex problem here. Yeah, so complex. So now, how do you expect Labour to come to the streets?
Do you think Labour have been compromised?
No, they have been compromised since. I told you. Since inception of this regime. If Buhari hear pim from anybody.
Even during the time of Adams Shomole, people said he was also
biased.
He was biased.
Yeah.
That's all those display he did then was just a camouflage.
No, hypocrisy. It's just the hypocrisy of Adam Shomole has been detected in recent times.
He said he will come out and make noise and make noise. Go back to the government.
I thank God that hypocrisy exhibited then by Adam Ochimole is now reflecting on him, his way of life, the way he handles issue in Edo State, the way he handles issue of godfatherism, which he stopped in Edo State. The way he's just trying to make himself godfather, political godfather now in Edo State has indicated to everybody that Adam Ochimole was just backing and making noises. Then at the back he will collect money.
What advice would you give to the NLC president?
Yeah, NLC president, NLC as a body, not even the president of NLC, because I believe that man is from North. There's nothing you will ever tell that man to change him. I'm advising a body, NLC, as a corporate body, legal entity, to do re-election. They should pick somebody that is very, very radical, very, very stubborn person to take over the leadership of NLC. The current leadership of NLC is too porous, they are too weak, is biased. Do you understand? It's from the north. That's why nothing is working. You see, nobody has ever protested for 6 years of tyrannical government of this Muhammad Buhari. Nobody has taken to the streets. No religious leader has come out and denounced it. Only David Oyedeko and some of them. Oyedeko is doing well. He's telling them they are not doing the right thing. Archbishop Okogiabi, the current one and the former one, one bishop like that, Mattis or something like that, Reverend Matthew Kuka is attacking government. They are doing the right thing. But let me tell you, we need reshufflement in NLC leadership. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And here we say goodbye to you on today's edition of Bystanders at Mistance. Endeavor to join us next time on the same platform. I still remain Michael Adekule. We have Festus behind the camera, keeping the drill right here with us. You can join us on our social media and displayed on the screen. You can also join me on Facebook, Michael Timitayo Adekule, MICHAEL, Michael Timitayo Adekule. Everybody out there, please keep it real, keep it safe. Goodbye.